welcome to the Toronto International Film Festival! My name is Peter Kaplowski, and this is Midnight Madness, and you are the best audience in the world! You know, you have that reputation. People, producers all week have been coming up to me and saying, Peter, this is the best audience in the world. Give yourself a gosh darn round of applause. All right. I'm very excited about tonight's screening, but before we begin, I would like to thank our lead sponsor, Bell, our major sponsors, RBC, Bulgari, and Visa, for their continued support, and of course, our supporters at the Government of Ontario, Telefilm Canada, and the City of Toronto. So this film is eligible for the People's Choice Award, but more importantly, it is eligible for the Midnight Madness People's Choice Award, which you have the power to vote for at tiff.net/vote. And I'd also like to acknowledge 30 West and CAA for providing us with this film, and thank you to Telefilm Canada again for their generous support. Please give it up to them. However, what makes this especially awesome is it's not just a Midnight Madness selection. This film has been selected by the TIFF Next Wave Committee. And to help me introduce the film and explain a little bit about TIFF Next Wave, please welcome Ronnie and Taff!
Thank you so much, Peter. We're so excited to be here for the Midnight Madness world premiere of Hell of a Summer! Woo!
How's everyone doing tonight? That's what I like to hear. So if you're like,
go ahead.
If you're like me and you're here tonight, it's because you love slasher films. And you love some carefree horror. And let me tell you something, you are all in for a devilish treat. You know,
I think my job's on the lines, guys. You guys are doing pretty good.
Watch out. So, this movie hits all the right beats and has an absolute blast from start to finish. As a committee, we had a great time watching this, and I can't wait for all of you to enter Camp Pineaway and have a terrific time!
Yes!
Every character in this film brings something fun and familiar to the table, and we're so excited to see more films made by young people for young people. Huge shout out to Finn and Billy and the rest of the amazing cast and crew for making the film of the summer.
I love it. All right, so you guys want to do it? You want to bring out the people responsible for a hell of a summer?
Yeah.
All right, please welcome Finn Wolfhard and Billy Bryk!
Is this on?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh my God.
Thanks for coming. We're so excited to be here at TIFF, especially at Midnight Madness. We were here last year, and we were just watching movies as fans like you guys, and we were like, if we can premiere here, that would be the dream, and now it's happening. So thank you so much for being here. It's really amazing.
Awesome. It is true. I do think that this is probably among the best crowds in the world. I grew up in Toronto. I came to this festival my whole life, and it's such a dream come true to be here. So thank you so much to everybody for coming out.
We'll be back here after the movie to do a Q&A.
But just really quick, we just want to say a huge thank you to everybody here who supported us throughout this entire filmmaking process. All our friends and family are here, and our cast, who you guys are going to meet afterwards, and our crew, and everybody involved. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you after. Enjoy the movie.
And turn off your cell phones!
Oh yeah, turn them off.
Turn them off, please.
Put your hands together for Finn Wolfhard and Billy Bryk! Finn, Billy, we want to welcome some people to the stage?
Yeah, let's welcome the cast, please. The wonderful Fred Heckinger, who played Jason, our co-producer.
I don't know who's next You knew everybody did.
Abby Quinn, please, as Claire.
Who's next?
Come on in. Who's next?
DeFaro Wunatai as Mike. DeFaro.
DeFaro as Mike. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Paradise Ceremi as Demi, please. Julia Lalonde, please, as Noelle.
Julia Doyle as Miley.
Matthew Finlan, please, as Ezra. Come on. Yes.
Krista Nazaire as Shannon.
And Susan Coyne, please.
And Daniel Gravel as Ori.
Daniel Gravel, please.
Guys, come up into the
Okay,
light
yeah.
and take a bow.
Are we forgetting anyone? Please, not? Please, so we're not forgetting anyone? Okay, good. We're all here. Awesome.
Amazing. Well, guys, collect some questions out there, but first of all, I'm going to start things off. So, Finn, Billy, when in deciding what to, attack for your first feature film project, what was it about the slasher genre that attracted to, appealed to you?
Well, we both. By the way, that was incredible. It's really
Thank you
crazy.
guys so
Thank you
much.
guys so much. I grew up watching slasher films, and I was a huge fan of the genre, obviously. But weirdly, comedy came first. Teen comedy was the thing that we both bonded over immediately, when we first met. And then the slasher thing came second, just sort of as a way to kind of.
Yeah, we had both. I had written a scene just as a sketch, which was basically there's a summer camp slasher going around, and there's a kill list that's published, and then they decide it's by who's the hottest, and then there was a character who was really upset that he wasn't at the top of the list and he wasn't killed. And then I had told Finn about it. I was like, I have this idea. It's not really formed. And Finn was like, dude, I wrote that exact same
Yeah,
scene.
I wrote the same scene.
And then we thought, we got to just build something based off of that, and then that's what we
Can you guys
did.
believe this was written by actors too? only thinking about their looks. Yeah. So that's, I guess, where it came from.
And how did you find this is an incredible cast. Let's
Yeah.
give it up to the cast.
Please give it up.
What was the process like? Because you also have, I'd be interested in, first of all, there's the cast in the writing of a slasher. There's the cast of characters themselves. So how did you first decide on the characters that you were going to feature in this slasher? What was that writing process like? And then I'd love to learn how you met everyone and how you found everyone.
I guess we kind of just wanted to lean into, archetypes that we had seen in other films, but then also base it off of ourselves and our weird friends that we grew up with. And we
Autobiographical then.
Sort of, in too many ways, unfortunately. But we started writing it, and then there was way more characters, and it was really kind of wacky, our first draft, and then we kind of just distilled it down to who we thought was absolutely necessary. And then in the casting process, finding everybody was such a joy for us. And a lot of these actors actually read for multiple parts, and we were like, who are they going to fit in as? And everybody killed it, but we knew we wanted them all in the film, and I'm so proud of the ensemble that we have.
And we had amazing casting directors too. Carmen Cuba was our casting director, and our Canadian casting, Sarah Kay. They really killed it, and were incredible.
Absolutely.
So yeah, please give it up for casting.
So I want to turn it over to the cast, because we all know what Finn and Billy are like on one side of the camera, but I want to hear from the cast about what they have to say about Finn and Billy as directors.
Who wants to take this?
Fred should start just because of the line.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, clearly we know they're amazing directors, and it's really never happened before that I think both because they were in it, but also because we're all around the same age, and also just because of who they are as people. I think I felt very we were actually all together in this, and the one thing is you just kind of want to make them laugh or make them proud, and you're also thinking that when you're doing a scene with them, and then you're sort of coming in and out and building it together, and it was just they're the best directors. Yeah.
I mean, it must have felt like you were all actually at a summer camp in many respects, because, I mean, I feel, having been on a film set myself, it is like summer camp sometimes.
I mean, that's
Absolutely.
another reason why we said it at a camp. We met on set, and we were all staying at a hotel, and everybody was young and hanging out, and it was like, we never went to summer camp, really, and we were like, this is our summer camp experience. And then we filmed on this incredible old Boy Scouts camp in like 3 hours, north of here in Ontario, and we stayed at this lodge, and it really did feel like summer camp making it.
These guys all stayed in the same house. Like, they all roomed together. They all slept. Me, Fred, and Billy, and our director's assistant, Quincy Fox, who's in the audience. We all slept at, we slept at the camp for
one night.
One night. We couldn't handle it.
One night.
We had this idea that we found the camp and we were like, oh, we're gonna all just sleep at the camp every single night. We're gonna film at the camp and sleep there, and then we slept there one night, and that was the one time we did it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it really was. I mean, these guys really bonded. We all bonded like very heavily.
Anyone else want to sort of throw in sort of what it was like to?
So Fred ended on the best director. So just
Yeah.
pick up.
Yeah.
Any more compliments for them?
Best directors ever. Yeah, we were all like staying in the exact same house and would just hang out all night into the morning, not really sleeping. Yeah, I think it was immediate, and we all had shared interests and taste, and yeah, it was the best summer ever. Yeah,
What was
not
the?
just,
I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of comedy that feels very spontaneous in the film, and so was all of that on the page, or was a lot of that just through the sheer collaboration of you and the cast through the process of rehearsing and preparing the scenes?
I mean, a lot of it. I mean, amazing. Like, everyone's an amazing improviser. There's really only like a few moments in the movie that are improvised. I remember the one that like still like actually makes me laugh a lot. I mean, all of them still make me laugh, but the one that specifically makes me laugh is the one where like Fred and Abby are walking to the bonfire, and he's like, "Do you think they'll have weenies like at the fire?" And she's like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like, that's all improvised, and just like little moments like.
The good thing is, everybody was improvising in character so frequently, even if it wasn't with like lines or jokes. There's just so many specific moments that we found in the edit and during the process of making it, where people were just like, "That's a really funny thing to cut to. That's cool." But yeah, I mean, everybody was so prepared, obviously, and we had to film very quickly, but everybody was ready to go, and we did it as fast as we could.
Yeah, I know. I mean, oftentimes you don't have much time on a film shoot, but I'm curious. I'd love to learn more about the fight sequence between DeFero and Billy, because that is full of great stunts. It's very physical. What went into preparing for that sequence? How was it to shoot it?
I had an awesome stunt double who looked so much like me that it was.
He was a
freakish.
French-Canadian guy that was like, "Oh, guys, you guys ready for today?" And we're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah."
And he could do backflips.
He could do backflips, and we're
like
not
standing,
joking.
and then I just so many times was like, we'd do like the Texas switch or whatever it's called. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do a flip," and then we'd pan away and then come back and he'd do it. And then we had this incredible stunt coordinator, Dan, and
I mean, Billy's really getting his shit kicked. Like, that's him getting thrown through the ping pong table, and like, there's a lot of that's Billy. Like, DeFero accidentally punched Billy in the face one take. We kept that in, and it was great. I mean,
A real punch?
Yeah, it was a real punch.
there was a few real punches. Yeah, that was weird.
But no, it was like a lot of planning. That was the one, obviously, like we planned the most. We didn't just like burn something down. It was a very, very planned, coordinated thing. But DeFero was so on top of it and incredible.
Yeah, he actually threw that log was really on fire. Like, he really
Yeah,
did
yeah,
throw
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, they were. Sorry, just to interrupt, but we were doing this safety demonstration because I have to throw an actual flaming log in his direction, and obviously they're like, "Throw it away from him. Don't hit him with the log." And I was like, "Do you want? I'm off camera. Should someone else throw the log?" They're like, no, it's fine. You throw the log. And then I did it a couple times, and then DeFero just came up to me and whispered, he's like, "Throw that shit right at me." And I was like, "All right, cool." So that's the one we kept in. He like ducks out of the way, and I think it looks so cool every time.
Yeah, that whole scene was a lot of fun. You know, one time we actually got to go through the wall. You know, we jumped back and actually went through the wall. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Man.
To me, what's crazy about that scene is like there's a part that whole part, the boner like part of the scene, that was added like completely last second. Billy had like written it, and like we didn't want to tell anyone because like we just didn't. We just wanted to
It's a
shoot
bit of a
it.
tough sell. We didn't know if it was gonna work, so we tried it. We did it in one take, and Finn came up and was like, we're using it. That was great.
Yeah, well, he was like, I have this idea, like, and gave it to me. I was like, this is the fucking funniest thing ever. And then I run over to DeFero. I'm like, do you want to do this? He's like, yeah, let's do it. And we just did it. We ran it, and yeah, and it's like my favorite scene in the movie because I'm very juvenile. But I just liked that scene a lot. And DeFaro was so prepared and was like so funny and committed to it. But yeah, it was very, it was crazy.
I want to give an opportunity for some people in the audience to ask some questions. All the way up there, yes.
So my question is, will there be, obviously, wicked movie, loved it, sequel, I'm hoping, will Bobby ever jump the flame?
Will Bobby ever jump the flame?
These are the questions we've been waiting to answer. Yeah, so the question, if no one heard,
Yeah, the question was basically just what a sequel. Are we gonna a hell of a summer 2?
I think Bobby learned his limits on this one. I think he knows he doesn't have to jump the fire for people to like him, hopefully. I mean,
But you guys are gonna make another movie. You guys are gonna make
Yeah,
another movie,
yes,
right?
yeah, we'll make
you're
stuff
addicted now, right?
Yes.
yeah, I mean, we've had like joke ideas on like just like doing a movie that's just completely just like Aliens. It's just Aliens and it's the same cast.
Oh, that would be amazing.
But yeah, I mean, you can only go so far with a movie like this. So, but yeah, thank you for
Yes, so much-
already.
yeah.
Thank
I
you
mean,
for
I love
asking
the
that.
idea of you guys all staying together, though. That's great. Right there, yes. Yeah, crafting the visual style of the film. What inspired
We
that?
can shout out our guy, Chris
Chris Bonnell.
Bonnell, who
Do it.
up,
Stand
please.
up. Stand up.
Stand
up,
up,
dude.
Chris.
Stand
Chris,
up.
stand up.
Yes.
Chris is our DP, and he absolutely killed it, as everyone can see. And yeah, we had just a bunch of great conversations with him about exactly that, visual references that sort of were, older slasher films, older horror films, and Chris just pulled off a miracle. I can't stress how quickly we had to shoot, and Chris was just killing it
So amazing.
every single day. I also just quickly, because if anybody here worked on the film, please
Stand up. A lot of people are here.
It took so much to make
It took
the film.
so many people.
It is a hometown great, so please give a round of applause to everybody. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
There was a question in the corner there? Yeah.
So the guy that's asking this question is drunk.
Good question. After 12 beers, that's a very good question. Who dies
Guys,
first? How do you
12 beers
decide who dies first in writing the script?
Adam Pally dies first.
Yeah, Adam Pally dies first.
That's sort of a rule. We just really wanted to do a cold open that obviously set the tone and just sort of set a sense of like, there are no adults here. So we wanted to kill the adults as quickly as possible.
Which is, in a sense, what we did on set as well. Because, yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of. They give 2 kids money to make a movie. I mean, I really want to thank 30 West who gave us the money for this. You guys are the greatest. Thank you so much. Like, really, thank you so much. To trust us to make this really crazy movie is a lot. Yeah, we're really proud to call you guys partners. Thank you.
Also, really quick, Finn and I were supposed to die in this movie several times.
Yeah.
It was planned from the beginning, and then every time we were writing, we were like, nah, we can't kill.
These guys are too funny.
Like, we can't kill our own parts. But that was gonna be, it was gonna be us. And then it was not. And then, I mean, come on, we were actors, we're selfish.
For the last question, I just want to hear from, give the cast a chance to say, what was just one of the highlights or memorable moments that on set that you'll keep with you forever?
It was that we all got to chill in the same house. We were there for the whole time and really got to, build a family, I like to say, honestly. It was very beautiful. It was fun.
We went on a fishing trip,
We did.
and we fished, and we jumped off cliffs.
We did.
Yeah. We wasn't supposed to.
We nearly had a near-death accident.
Yeah.
Bonding experience.
Our producers are in the audience.
What was
Yeah,
the-
yeah,
Careful.
yeah. No one record that.
Careful.
Just kidding.
Okay, yeah, no, we won't talk about
I
it.
wanted to make sure you guys were listening.
I liked on the first night, Billy, I think it was Billy and Finn, but Billy was particularly adamant on it. He made us all make like friendship bracelets for each other before we started camping, or filming, I guess, actually. Yeah, that was so sweet.
Yeah, I remember, what were you,
That was my sister's idea. That was my little sister's idea. She's here.
Good idea. Shout out Ella. Yes, round of applause for Ella.
Hey, didn't ask you to stand up. Didn't ask you to stand up, but you did it anyways.
well, I mean, speaking, like, it was like we were all so on a one-track mind together. Also, Susan, thank you so much. I really thank you for being a part of this. But
The only adult that doesn't die.
Yeah, the only adult that doesn't die in the film. It was like we were all so close, truly, and like I remember when we were shooting like the scene where like the Billy's flying over the camera like into the lake. It was just like we were trying to get as much height as possible because Chris is operating, our DP's operating, he's in the water. Quincy, our director's assistant, is like beside him, and they can like overhear us being like, should we get like a picnic table? Because we need height. We need more height to get over the thing. And the producer's like, no, that's dangerous. Don't do that. And like telling children basically to not do that. And Quincy and Chris start like pissing themselves laughing because they're just like, I can't believe they gave these guys the funds to make this film. And we can't believe it either because I keep saying it over and over again. But
Well, it's not a dream. Everyone, please give them a round of applause.
We have some shirts to throw out.
Oh, you got shirts?
Yeah.
we have shirts if
We
anyone
have
wants
shirts.
shirts.
They're gonna throw some shirts.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna throw it. Can I get this one extra? Top row.
And if you worked on the movie, pass it down.
Who's doing the Pinewood chant?
Thank you.
You do the Pinewood chant.
Which way we going?
Pine